As you see, we come down this way, and then our sidewalk disappears in Tacoma Park, Maryland. As you see, the ivy's growing all out on this sidewalk, but this sidewalk ends here. Instead of planting trees, why not build a sidewalk all the way down so people can walk out to the highway? If you come over here, same situation. Why not build the sidewalk all the way down so that people can walk down it? But yet and still, we want to plant trees. If you come down here, this right here, I think it's Orchard Street. This is Sligo Mill Park. Okay, Sligo Overlook Community Garden is here. But this is Sligo Mill Park, and I want to just show you this. They're busy trying to plant trees. And this is a playground. This is a playground where children come and play. This right here is a playground where children come and play. But if you come down to here, this is the sidewalk, and this is 5th Avenue. There is 0 sidewalks on either side of this street that leads to this park. 0 on either side. So for the children to get to this park, they have to walk in the street. There's no sidewalks on either side of the street. You come over here, same situation. No sidewalks. But yet and still, we have a playground where children come and play. 0 sidewalks. If you come up here, you got a little piece of something. I guess they call this the sidewalk. This little piece of walkway right here, but it stops here. Stops here. And children, to get to this playground, have to walk in the street. And that's all the way up this street. But yet and still, we're worried about planting trees and not the security of the children walking to this playground. And that's throughout this little town. Throughout this little town. Again, this government spends money wastefully. Wastefully. You come on this side, you have a sidewalk here, then it stops. So the people have to come out into the street like I am doing. No sidewalk whatsoever. Unless you cross on that side of the street, but there's no sidewalk on this side. And then the sidewalk picks up again over here. But this government wants to plant trees. But I tell you, taxpayers and citizens, they care nothing about your safety and the safety of your children. Because that money that they're going to plant trees with can put sections of sidewalks up and down this street and sidewalk this whole little town. As you come up, what street is this? This is 4th Avenue. Again, you come up here, I don't know who was the architect of this little town, but they definitely don't know what they're doing when it comes down to putting safety for the kids in this town. Now you come down here, we run into another issue. Of no sidewalks. And watch these people here, they got to come out into the street. Good morning, how y'all doing? Again, no sidewalk. And you have to walk out into the street instead of this town building a sidewalk. This is where the tax dollars should be spent so that citizens can walk on a sidewalk instead of a street where a drunk driver or a lunatic may be driving and run over your children or yourself. See, this is a piece of a driveway rather, where somebody, I'm assuming, did it themselves. But again, Westmoreland and 4th Street, one side is sidewalk, the other side isn't. Same thing here. One side is sidewalk, the other side isn't. And there should be sidewalks on both sides of these streets. Look at, this is a drain off in TaKoma Park. This is what the government is not doing, taxpayers. Look at this. This is where the water runs off. And look how clogged up it is. That tells you somebody's not doing their job. And I don't know who's in control of this, but somebody's not doing their job. There should be a sidewalk on this side of the street. And as you see, that street drain off is full of ivy. They're not cleaning it. They're not checking it. But they want to plant more trees in this little town when they're not even taking care of this little town. And if they want to say, oh, the people don't, no, it's not for just these people in this neighborhood. It's for the safety of all people to walk down a sidewalk and not in the street. Look at this. Citizens do not have to walk in the street, especially when people are paying taxes. Same thing here. There's 0 sidewalks on either side of this street. And this street is Westmore, Moreland, and this is 5th Avenue. 0 sidewalks up and down this street. Look how the man has to walk out into the street. 0 sidewalks up and down this street. And this street goes out to Eastern Avenue. And if you go back in this direction, that's where the playground is. But as you see, there's 0 sidewalks. And you have to walk out into the street. Now just imagine your 5-year-old, 2-year-old, 10-year-old walking to go to that playground on this street, in the middle of the street walking, and a lunatic comes. Now here we have the sidewalk beginning right here, and as you see, no sidewalk. No sidewalk all the way down. To Eastern Avenue. This is a busy street. Now I'm going to show you, and I've showed you before. We're at the 6300 block, Eastern Avenue and 5th Avenue. That side is DC. This side is TaKoma Park. And as you see, if you want to catch this bus, you have to walk into the street, or walk into the grass to get to this bus stop. And as you see the cars coming down, look at them. No sidewalk on this side of the street. Waiting for a bus. I'm at the bus stop now. Now to travel down this street, I'm gonna walk in the street in a minute. This is what your children, senior citizens, handicapped people have to do, is get out into this street and walk down it, because there is no sidewalk in Tacoma Park, Maryland. There's a sidewalk over there in DC, but there is no sidewalk in Tacoma Park, Maryland. All the way down. Unacceptable. And they want to put trees. This is what you have to do. If you want to go to New Hampshire Avenue, and this is the direction I'm walking to, New Hampshire Avenue, this next street is Sheridan. no sidewalk. You have to walk in the street. And as you see coming up over this hill, if a driver is speeding and trying to go around another car and your child is walking in the street, see how they come up on that hill? They're moved over. That's going to be some serious accident right here. See this car coming up? Look at it. If he was speeding coming up over this hill, because it's two sets of lane of cars, you see what I'm saying? This is what happens. We at Sligo Mill Road and Eastern Avenue. And I'm telling you, this is the hill where there's no sidewalk for Tacoma Park, Maryland. This is what your government isn't spending the money on, but foolishness. Okay? Again, Eastern Avenue, Sligo Mill Road, the sidewalk stops here. Instead of going all the way down into the little town, the sidewalk stops here. Then, if you come on this side of Sligo Mill Road, you see it. The sidewalk stops here. And then it goes all the way down grassy land where people have to walk into the street. Your children have to walk into the street to get to the playground from this street. Again, your 5-year-old, your 10-year-old has to walk down here because there is no sidewalk, and they have to walk in the street. Drunk driver, lunatic, speeder comes down this street and hits your child. Who are you going to blame? You're going to blame yourself because you're not getting out doing what you need to do. You should blame yourself, as I should say, because you're not getting out doing what you need to do to make this government put sidewalks where your children can walk down the street safely. They shouldn't have to walk in the street to get to a playground. Again, I made a video of this a long time ago, and look at here. This shit is still here. Still here. They must be cooking out back here in the woods. Unbelievable. I told the police department about this, and they don't care not one bit. Taxpayers of Tacoma Park, just like they don't care about your safety of your children. So you need to blame yourself. Look how people are just coming down this street, and this is a residential street, this part of Sligo Mill. Look at them dumping this shrubbery into the woods. Somebody cut their trees, just came out here and threw them on the side of the road. And this is a residential area. Your children want to go to this park. This is how they have to get to it on Sligo Mill Road. In the road. In the road. And the only person you should blame is yourself, because you're sitting on your hands and saying, oh, it's not happening to me, or that's not my concern. But until it does happen to you, you don't care about it. And that's what's problem with the American people today. As long as it's not happening to me, I'm not gonna worry about it. No, you should worry about it, because one day it may happen to you. It may happen to one of your family members. Okay? This is how they get there. That's the park. This is that Sligo Mill Garden thing. And this is how they get to both of them, by walking in the road. By walking in the road. But these government people, here's where the sidewalk, this is Orchard and Sligo Mill Road again. That's the sidewalk. Here's the sidewalk with all the ivy growing on it. The trees or have overgrown the sidewalk. Overgrown the sidewalk, where people still have to walk out because nobody's cutting the trees back off the sidewalk. Again, no sidewalk on that side of the street. You have to walk out of there because the trees aren't being groomed back. Look. Look how you have to duck because of the trees aren't being pruned back. We're back here. Grass. This is where they want to put the trees at. Waste money. Taxpayers' money. Taxpayers' money, ladies and gentlemen. Your money. Stay tuned.